Did I choose herbalism as a path, or did herbalism choose me? That's an interesting question. I just answered it in another question that at a certain point, I decided to go ahead and become an herbalist as a profession that didn't exist. But if I had to think about it, I'd say that the plants chose me. There's no question about that. That's like 100%. People always, you know, ask questions like this. It's really difficult. And I've been giving it a lot of thought trying to answer some of these questions. I do remember what would probably be kindergarten or somewhere in there, mashing up plants to make potions, pushing and putting them in bottles and covering them with water and stuff to make potions. Does that count? I don't know. What I do know is, once again, I'll go back to Christopher Headley. He told me that at one time he tried to quit being an herbalist, and it only lasted a little while because the plants wouldn't let him, and he had to go back to being an herbalist. And I've known other people that I've trained to be herbalists and watched them in their lives at some point decide that they're not going to be herbalists anymore, and it just doesn't last. For me, there's like no question. Like, I couldn't not do what I'm doing. That's all I've ever done, and it brings me a lot of joy, and it gives me a place in the world. So it would be really difficult for me to give up what I'm doing. I mean, I'm going to be retiring, right? Since I'm like 1,000,000 years old now, and I'm getting more along those ways, and I talk about retiring. Even as I retire, what I'm going to be retiring is going out in the woods and climbing giant hills and days and nights in the woods, and the physical exercise of going out 4 days a week with groups of people, or 3 days, 4 days, 2 days a week for most of the year. And that's what I've done most of my life. I mean, this is my 40th anniversary year that I'm doing right now. So as I see retiring, I don't see giving up herbalism. I see switching what part of plants that I do. In other words, I could see just going out in the woods with beginners 1 day a week instead of 2 or 3 days a week. I could see maybe not going out with beginners anymore and just doing occasional plant walks for beginners, but not teaching a full-on apprenticeship, and just doing alumni classes and advanced classes and the research into botany that I like to do, rather than teaching beginners like I have been in a 300-hour program. And I could see doing more clinic work and doing more lecturing, which is a lot more profitable than being in the woods with people. But I can't ever see stopping teaching. I can't ever see stopping teaching. That's something that I could never give up. As long as I'm able to talk, I'll be teaching.